Welcome to the Jeccles 69 channel. Today's date is the 12th of the 2nd, 2014, and this is the technology news. Samsung are under fire again with their smart screen TVs, but only in Australia, as some of the apps that are available to the Australians on their Samsung smart screen TV actually make adverts pop up whilst you're watching TV. These apps include Jeccles, a media center software that allows owners to stream video files stored on a hard disk to other equipment. In most cases, the user would not expect to see any ads at all when using this. And Foxtel Play, an app installed by default on Samsung's Australian TVs, which provides access to the pay TV networks channels which have ads of their own. So even whilst you're watching adverts, you will be bombarded with pop-up ads on your TV. They are working on ways in which to combat this glitch in their system software. It is presumed that some of the information and data that they built up to run these apps and have adverts within a TV but not being popped up during a TV program is mainly for when you're browsing the internet and doing other things that you'll get the odd advert popped up. Because obviously more and more people are going away from actually watching TV, and Samsung have to make up some money somewhere for all the technology that they create and the blunders that keep costing them money. Driverless cars are going to be launched in the UK thanks to the government during this year. They will only be available for testing, so a test driver will be involved when it comes to driving them. However, the government are rewriting the car hand codebook so that it involves automated cars. Rewriting it means that they have to come up with ways in which to make the road safer, different tests, different levels of testing. Should you need a more advanced test to drive an automated vehicle, and also if you have an accident, who is to blame? Is it one, two, or either of the drivers or the car company themselves, or is it going to have to be by base standards, and depending on which party out of the three were in the crash or caused the crash, then they'll have to pay out to the other two, unless of course it wasn't the company's fault, in which case it remains the same of one person having to pay the other person. But in my eyes, if it is the company's fault, then they would have to pay both of them, but then again their insurance would cover this, along with each person's individual insurance, obviously covering any damage that they had caused to the other person or themselves, as this is how insurance works. But there is loads to be thought out and prepared before automated vehicles are actually on the road. However, they have slowly started to be introduced into the UK, as the government want the UK to be the leaders in automated technology on a wider audience and in a more public environment. And if there's anybody out there that is going through a nasty breakup this Valentine's Day, and you have any pictures or videos of that person that you would ratherwise not share, except for the fact that they broke up with you on Valentine's Day, you're going to have to postpone that, as revenge porn has become illegal under new law in England and Wales. This basically means that if you have an image of somebody and they do not give you permission to go and show other people, and it is of them doing a sexual act, or there's any nudity or anything ambiguous sexually with that person, then they can sue you, and you could end up actually going to jail, paying a massive fine, being banned from the internet, as revenge porn is a fairly big, not so underground thing that people do. and it is a bit disgusting, and there definitely needs to be a law to stop and prevent this. So the UK and Wales have come together to create this law. So if you were thinking about showing your ex Mrs. Bush or tits to the entire world of the web, then you can't. You're just gonna have to sit on them and delete them and cry about it like every other person has to before the internet. Or just keep them in a shoebox somewhere where no one will ever find them, and when you get lonely or you find yourself thinking about this person, then just pull them out and have a quickie. Google is adding medical information to their search engine. This is so people that search for any medical ailments or this is so that anybody that searches Google for any medical related questions about specific diseases or illnesses that are primarily searched for within Google by their users, they will be able to find information instantly about what they might have, the age range it affects, the different ailments you'll get whilst having this illness, the likeliness of you getting it within your area. They're actually working with medical people within the UK and the USA, because the USA is where it's being released first, to help create this platform, or to help create this add-on for the Google search engine so that it can be as accurate as possible. And in many cases, some professional medical experts will actually be drawing a analysis and a diagram of what things will look like, what they expect to find, so it's not just coming directly from a book or multiple book sources or other search engines. It's actually coming from the people that have spent 7 odd years learning this, and they're trying to cut down the money wastage, the time wastage, the petrol wastage and everything else of people going to A&E when they don't need it. However, as always, they do still have the disclaimer saying that it is not there to replace going to see your general practitioner if needed. Chinese hackers have recently hacked Microsoft and many other top global companies, including Forbes. This is due to a cyber espionage campaign. Security systems on US military networks ultimately foiled attempts to steal data, said one expert. The flaw was used to compromise Windows PCs that visited sites seeded with other malware created by the group. To further investigation, John Holtquist from Eyesight Partners said that the attack could go back to a group called Kodoso that actually had their name on the site that hosted the website that they put up containing this virus that then leaked out to other Windows PCs. So if you haven't done an antivirus check in a while or a defrag of your Windows PC, I suggest you do it now, especially if it's starting to be playing up, because you never know, China might have your details. However, it's not only on the internet that your information can be accidentally accessed or spread among other people or hacked into, it's also via emails and letters, as Jeb Bush, the hopeful candidate to be the next president of the USA, found out when he released loads of emails to specific journalists and people about his time as mayor to show transparency. However, what he forgot to omit were people's personal email addresses, security numbers, tax numbers, mobile phone numbers, house addresses, and so on. He basically just gave them thousands and thousands and thousands of emails to show, look, we can be a trustworthy company, you can trust us to know what we're doing. Just don't trust us with your personal information. And do Americans really want another Bush? And when you go into your voting for the next US president and you're online on Twitter or Facebook or Google, then you need to bear in mind that all your information can be requested by your government and your country about your usage on Twitter. The top country being the USA, with Turkey being a lagging second place. The US government with 1,622 requests being sent into Twitter, 80% of which were complied with. At a lacking second place, Turkey had sent in 356 requests for information about their citizens on Twitter, none of which were complied with. Twitter also saw an 84% increase in government demands to remove content from Twitter. The top 3 requesting countries were Turkey with 477, Russia with 91, and Germany with 43. In Turkey, these requests tended to focus on claimed violations of personal rights either for citizens or government officials. Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan blocked Twitter in Turkey in March after an anonymous source posted allegations of government corruption. The ban was overturned in the court and the service restored. Russia sent 108 requests for account information since July, according to Twitter. Previously, it had not sent any. And most people think that Russia is a communist state that looks into what their citizens are doing and want to get into all their personal details and lives, where it would seem America is definitely worse than Russia for this, having requested 1,400 times personal information. And that's not just from Twitter. You've got to think they've been requesting information from Facebook, they've been requesting information from Google and other sources. They've got all your mobile phone data, they know where you are, they've got your GPS trackers in your cars, they've got your electronics in your normal kitchen household wear, such as in your fridge or in your cooker, or practically everywhere. The US government will know everything about you and what you've done within a week. Whereas Russia, having sent in about 100 requests, whereas previously they had asked for none, goes against their stereotypical type that everybody thinks of them, and definitely shows that the media is having a big hand in getting people to hate Russia and what they're doing, even though the people that are in Russia, including the gay people in Russia, are perfectly happy with most of what Russia is doing for its people. It's a different culture, it's a different world, and Putin is a bit weird and screwed up in his head. But he's not about to drop any nukes anytime soon, because he still knows that that's a stupid, dumbass idea. So when you do go to vote for your next President of the United States of America, think very long and hard about what they'll be doing with your personal information. Thank you for watching the Jeccles 69 channel with Hits on Twitter for the 12th of the 2nd, 2014. Remember to check out the rest of my channel for some more great videos. Share and subscribe, and until next time, take care and keep your shit interesting. This is the Jeccles 69 channel, where interesting shit happens every day. So remember to subscribe and comment to our channel for interesting shit to do with the world of technology. Hits on Twitter, film reviews, my life with Android, and Kickstarter. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe and comment, and until next time, keep your shit interesting.